Welcome to the Up the Planters podcast, episode 9. I'm here with Julian Driver, who is a coach with Norwich United under 10's and also the founder of the Kitz4Kidz charity, who've been sending over loads of Norwich United kits to Ghana. So Julian's going to talk a little bit about his work with Norwich United under 10's and then talk to us about his charity work as well.
Did you have football yesterday?
Yeah, we had a friendly yesterday because, like I say, we reached a final. And that's on June the 12th. So just to keep the boys going for another couple of weeks, just to, try and iron out a few little things, little creases what we got. But yeah, no, it drew 1-1, but it was only a friendly. The boys, boys enjoyed it, and that's what it's all about, So it's just, it's just nice to be in a final, because we've never reached it before, and the boys are so. I don't know. The boys are just because they've never reached a final. Because this is their first time as well. It's just like them. They're so excited about it, and just for boy, and even the parents are like, just I don't know. Parents are just absolutely brilliant at the minute. They're loving the fact. The boys are loving the fact. And they just seem to be supporting us quite a lot. And it's just great to see. It really is.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially after the year we've had with breaks and everything.
Of course, yeah. Of course, like I say, I sort of worked it. I just sort of keep a track of, how we do during the season, and we've played, like, even though it's been stop-start season, we played 29 games. So we've done quite well. It's sort of, in between when it's not been locked down, sort of been trying to get as many games as we can, and. But we've had to, because the boys have been so they're not seeing each other at school because they weren't going to school and they weren't allowed to play with each other, and you could see it affecting some of the kids. And as soon as come back, I don't know, I've never seen so many kids excited for a training session on a Tuesday night, and we love it. We absolutely love it, and it's just great. Just 1 second. It's just great to see that as well. And just. Everything just seems to be going really well at the minute. I'm just fingers crossed there's not going to be no more lockdowns, and we can start, seeing the other side really. But no, like I say, we're going to take a month off after the final. We're going to take a month off, give the parents a bit of a break as well, and then we're just going to, because we step up to 9-a-side next season.
Okay.
Under 11s. So all our friendly games this season, except for yesterday, have been 9-a-side. So they're just trying to get the parents to understand offside rule, because not all the parents know the offside. Trying to get them to be a linesman or lineswoman as well, so they can get some practice in. Brilliant. And some of them are not going to get it.
Well, with recent rule changes, I'm sure there's a lot of professional people who don't get it. But
oh god, yeah.
So sorry, because is that how it works? Because when I was my illustrious career for Pouring Land Wanderers under 9's and so on. As I recall, we played 11-a-side on full-size pitches.
Oh, did you? No, it's
sure. So how does it work in terms of, so under 10's play 7-a-side? Is that right?
That's right. Under 9's and under 10's play 7-a-side. Going up to under 11's, under 12's, then 9-a-side, and then after that, it's on a 11-a-side pitch. So I can't wait to get to 9-a-side, because we've got 11 players. I can't wait to get to 9-a-side, because, 4 boys on the sideline, you're having to make 4 subs and all that. It is difficult sometimes, and, you try to get the right balance with all the players, trying to still be strong as well, because if you're not, like, you can see the goal, but they've all played a part in getting to the final. That's what we tell them all. That's what we tell every single player. You've all played a part in getting here. Even if you don't score, even if it's just a kick, ball comes over, you just kicked it off for a throw-in or something like that. That's still a part, because if you'd not done that, could have conceded a goal. And the kids are starting to understand that. And like I say, they're so excited. I've had a big 8-foot by 8-foot banner made up with "We Are Norwich United," and with a badge on it. And I showed some of the boys yesterday, and they're like, "Wow!" It's just it's just fantastic, and I love it. I love coaching the kids. Been doing like 4.5 years now with Alex, and it's we've won two tournaments in that time, so we've done all right. But this is the first time we've actually got to a final of a cup final. It's just a shame it's going to be on 3G pitch. It's because it's all
okay.
Yeah, you've played all these matches on grass and that, and then you have to play a final, and there's only so many. Yeah, there's only so many spectators allowed as well. There's only like four spectators per child allowed. Yeah, so because there's quite a few people saying, "Have you got any spare tickets? Have you got any spare tickets?" I'm like, "No, I've only got the tickets what you guys have got, and that's it." Yeah. So, yeah.
So where is the final? Is that?
It's at Martham at Flegg at the academy. So yeah. So we've played up there a couple of times before. We've had a there's been like a little mini tournament on a Tuesday or Wednesday night. I can't remember when it was now. So that the boys have played played there, and but it's just football should be on grass, especially with a final as well.
Yeah.
But we have to go with what the league say and do and all that. So we just got to follow their rules really.
So be it. Yeah. And you say so you've been with this group of players at Norwich United sort of right through from under sevens or from
it's like there's because I come back from Canada because I lived in Canada. And my son had already just started playing for them because his mum was back here. So he was 5.5, 6. Yeah, he must have been 6. Yeah, he must have been 5. Yeah, about 5.5, 6 years old. And Alex was training him on his own, and then Alex was away for a weekend. He said to me, "So can you train the boys?" I said, "Yeah," and the boys really enjoyed it. And his son was one of the boys I trained, and he went back to his dad and says, "Dad, can Julian join? Because we like him as a coach." So, and that's it. It's just been me and Alex. We have another guy called Chris. He helps us out on a Tuesday night training and that because it's not always possible for me to get back with my work, or Alex is working as well. So between the three of us, we do really well, and the boys are at age now where they started listening more as well, and so I think there's like 6 or 7 boys in the PDC. We've got 2 in the FFE. So, so the boys are really sort of coming on, and they're understanding it a lot more as well, especially if they're getting coached by, other coaches at the PDC and FFE as well. So I know my boy loves it. He absolutely loves it. I've nicknamed him Alfie Van Dyke because he's he's just a defender. He's so super chilled. He really is. It's brilliant to see.
Wow.
Yeah,
quite a skill to have. Yeah.
Oh no, I know. He's because nobody wants to be a defender nowadays. Everybody wants to be a striker. That is it. They all want to score goals, and it's just not possible sometimes. It's just not possible. And he's all right. I made him a little deal. Like I say, you score a goal, and I'll give you some extra pocket money or something like that. But luckily for me, he doesn't score that many goals. Not from defence anyway.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay. So was that kind of your first experience of football coaching, or have you done that before previously?
No, that was my first experience in that. So I took my level 1 coaching badge for Norwich United, and and that was it. That's where it started. And it's I don't know. I've always been brought up on football. My brother, he was a manager for different teams in Lincolnshire, Lincoln, and so I sort of always around football, and it's always been fantastic. It's always, I'm a Liverpool supporter, and we've had our ups and downs. Definitely ups and downs, a lot of downs, but it's just like there's been a lot of ups as well. And that's where I got the bug from, and and I love it. I really do. I really do enjoy doing it.
Brilliant. I'm glad to hear it. And what are your hopes and plans for the coming season with what will be the under 11s, I guess, next year?
Under 11s. It's just getting the boys to enjoy the football, and those players, who don't like those players who've not played a massive part of, they've been there like for 4.5 years, trying to get them to understand football a lot more as well, especially like, offside, because, there's still a couple of players who just don't get it. They think offside is, you stand on the side of the pitch, but, it's teaching the boys, all about, like offside and stuff like that, we like to play football. We're not that sort of football team who goes around kicking people and like, that's not football to us. We like to do our football, on the pitch and show people what we can do, and it's making them boys stand out from other teams as well. It's like, we always drum into them. It's teamwork. There's there's no individual player on the team. It is all teamwork, and if one player goes down injured, most of the boys go over and make sure that player is okay. It's just teaching them a right way, and I know the parents do that, but this is our right way on the football pitch. This is how we want you to play football, and enjoy yourselves and have a smile while you're doing it as well.
I guess that's what's quite interesting about coaching younger people is you're almost building their character and their beliefs about football and their principles and things. Whereas if you're coaching someone who's 25, perhaps they're more or less fully formed. You might be able to change certain things.
Of course, yeah. And that's why, like, that's why I just said, we've got the like boys in PDC and FFE, and that is through their own hard work, us teaching them what we know, about football and, left foot, right foot, and when to pass, when not to pass. So we must be doing something right, because like I say, these boys, are doing really well away from the football team as well, and we've got some cracking players in that team, and they are starting to have their own ways, and we let them tell us as well if there's something wrong, if there's something wrong on the pitch, we listen to them, and then we do something about it as well. So if someone doesn't want to play in a certain position, please tell us, because the last thing we want you to do is not playing to your full potential if you can't, if you don't like that position, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay, well, alongside being away at work and coaching Norwich United under 10's, you also run the Kitz4Kidz charity, I believe.
Yes, I do. Yeah, it's last year when it was lockdown, we've got a Facebook page, and there was a team called Humble Lions, and I don't know, I was doing something one day and I just clicked on it. I saw them liking the pictures quite a lot, so I just clicked on there, and they was playing football on it was like a field. There was just nothing there. So I got in touch with a manager called a guy called Musa, and he was absolutely, so friendly and all that. And I said, what do you need? He said, we need everything. He said, we don't have anything, So round about the same time as well, I was at Norwich United, and I got talking to one of the coaches and that, and they got like a shed there. So I went in there, and there's all these kits, and I'm like, what are you doing with them? He said, I'm just sat there not doing anything. So I said, well, could I donate them to Ghana? And he said, yeah, help yourself. So that's what I did. I sort of took them kits away. I got talking to my brother as well, who lives in Lincoln, and he got in touch with 2 or 3 teams as well who he knows. They donated kits as well. So then there was like loads of football boots. Then it just sort of started going a little bit crazy and that. And so I packed him all up, and we sent him out there, and they arrived on Christmas Eve, and Musa went to pick him all up and everything. And then the following week, they had, he arranged a tournament. I think it was New Year's Day. He arranged a tournament, and it was like, it wasn't just the parents of the kids; it was like the whole community, just turned up, and there was loads of people there, and he just, he messaged me. He said, he said, you've made not just these boys happy. He said, but the community, the difference it's made. He said, I tried to get the kids off the street and onto the football pitch. He said, because there's lots of kids who don't do anything, then they sort of go into crime and then go down the wrong road. He said, I try to bring the kids, one of our catchphrases, what we now use on our Facebook page for Kitz4Kidz is, from the streets to the pitch. And that's what we do. And so that was such a success. And I got talking to my brother again. And I said, we need to do more. So that's what we did. We opened, we started up Kitz4Kidz, and we had 4 donations sent out to Ghana about 5 weeks ago. About 5 or 6 weeks ago, to 4 different teams. And one of the teams what we sent out to was Nabster FC, and the manager is also a school teacher, and he sent us some pictures of the school as well. Well, this school was like, I don't know if you've been on the Facebook page or not, but it's just like sheds, with no windows or anything like that. It was just, and one of the parents, or my brother knows, she said, "Oh, can I donate some stuff to the school as well?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course." Then all of a sudden it went from being just Kitz4Kidz to school stuff, and there's like so much stuff. And there's a school down here as well. They got in touch with us near Dereham, and I ended up sending out, I think it was like 5 boxes just to Nabs FC, just with kits, the football boots, and and it was just trying to make a difference, and that's why I tried to get our boys involved as well, because I want them to realise how lucky they are with what they get in everyday life, not just on the football, but everyday life compared to kids abroad. And so we just had a little more kits donated. So Friday night I was in my garage until I think it's about 10:30, and we've now extended. We've got another 2 to Ghana to go, and I think it's 3 or 4 to Kenya and 1 in Gambia. So, but because we're self-funded, we have to raise the money before we can send the stuff out, because and that's what we have to do, because we can't afford to just do it ourselves, but for response what we've had from loads of people, it's just been absolutely fantastic. And like I say, I think I sent you pictures, but the last what we sent out to Ghana, like I say, John, we spoke with John Ilditch, and he said, yeah, that's fine, take the kits. And but he's also putting Norwich United out there as well, because Norwich United is, they're like a sleeping giant, not compared to the big teams, like Premier League, but Norwich United is that if you say, oh, I play for Norwich United, years ago, that was wow. Now it's all right, okay, and it's just trying to put Norwich United out there. And we got some cracking coaches. We have got some fantastic coaches. Like the under 9s are in the final next weekend as well. All the way from like under 8s and under 7s. There's some brilliant coaches, and above as well. We've got Russ as well, and Sean and Dan. It is some fantastic teams, and some fantastic players as well. And it's just like I say, it's just getting Norwich United back out there, and showing people that Norwich United are still about, because they sort of stood still a little bit. You've had you go to Aylsham FC, that's fantastic. Place now. They've got all football. Everybody plays on the same football field. And they've got a nice little building there as well. All these teams are sort of pushed on, and Norwich United haven't, and that's what we want to do. That's what I want to do as well. And I know quite a lot of the coaches and that think the same, because we had a meeting last week, and they really want to get Norwich United back out there again as well.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of good plans coming forwards. It sounds like,
of course, yeah.
Powers that be. And also, I don't know if you've met him yet, but there's Toby Nickerson's coming in as the technical director to try and I think that will be important to try and link up the youth teams and with the first team.
Of course, yeah. and that's what it's all about as well. It's I met Toby for the first time at the last meeting, and he's a great guy, and and I think he really wants to help Norwich United as well. And you are right, it's just getting that link between the first team and the youth teams as well, because that's missing a little bit, and like you say, just sort of, I remember when we got invited to do the boys got to be a mascot, and they was playing Wroxham, and Grant Holt was there. Boys loved it, absolutely, thought it was absolutely fantastic. But then that's what they've only done that once in 4.5 years since I've been there. Yeah. And and it's just bringing them all together. And I know Steve wants to play a big part in the youth as well, doesn't he? So Rich is a good thing as well. And that's what I mean. It's just from top to bottom, some great coaches, and it's just bringing us all together.
Absolutely. Well, just going back to the Kitz4Kidz charity, what is sort of the best way for either football clubs or people to help out? I mean, do you want football clubs to actively contact you if they've got kit?
Oh
yeah,
do you
want
course.
People to get in touch and donate and things like that?
Yeah, well, we have both. Like, so we have teams get in touch. So we've got kits, full team kits, which is really nice. So they get in touch with us. I go and pick them up, or they can deliver them here. That's not a problem. We have parents as well whose kids have outgrown football boots. Like my lad, he goes through a new pair of boots every 6 months because he's just getting bigger and bigger. So it doesn't matter if it's just a pair of football boots or a full team kit. Everything is appreciated. It really is. And that's what we're trying to aim to do. It's like, if someone wants to donate, a new football, that's much appreciated, because they haven't got that either. Someone donated 8 brand new goal nets, and so we've been sending them to certain teams who haven't got any, and because Humble Lions, I sent them out to them on their second donation, because they had this green mesh. they had a tournament, and all it was just green mesh behind it, and the goal, it didn't go into the back of the net, it just hit the net and come back out again, because that's how they did it. So we sent them some goal nets, and they sent us the pictures as well, and that was absolutely fantastic. So it's just making a difference. It's seeing the smiles on their faces, and and for kids as well. The kids are loving it. So. Yeah.
And that is one thing, genuinely, you wouldn't think of it, but a goal net makes a massive difference to a kid playing football.
You know what?
Because it feels real, doesn't it?
That's right, yeah. And do you know what? Until I saw like Humble Lions did that tournament with a green mesh, I didn't think about it. I just didn't think, well, because when I was a kid, we'll just shoot them into the goal. There's no nets there, whatever. But you just don't realize how lucky we are. And that's why I sent them the goal nets out, and I think it's today, actually. No, it was today or yesterday. Today, they've got a tournament. 2 of the teams who we donated to on the last one are meeting they're having like a little tournament, I think it's under 10's, under 13's, and under 15's game. I think it is. And I think that's either today or tomorrow. So that's that's called I think they've called it the Kitz4Kidz tournament or something like that. And yeah. So, but no, it's just. I enjoy doing it. I really do enjoy doing it, and it's like we've had quite a lot of publicity through the paper as well. We've got a Facebook page, we've got Instagram, got Twitter. So it's it's getting it's slowly building up. We didn't expect it to be a success straight away, but it's it's gone better than we thought it would do. So
yeah. That sounds great. And it's really nice that you can you're not just sending these kits off and then never hearing again, and you're actually maintaining contact with these teams.
Of course. Yeah. No, that's why we ask them, like, please, as soon as you get the kits, take pictures, because teams are donating, people are donating, and if they're not seeing anything, that they're going to stop. That's why we want to get this next lot sent out as well, because it just shows we are doing we are doing something about we are doing it, but we've got to raise the money to do it. And and that's what it's all about. It's just getting the stuff out there so people can see that their donations are going over to to these teams and that. So
and very, very heartwarming pictures they are. I'll put them on at some point during this video, and we'll put some links to your Facebook and whatever else.
Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah, thank you.
Try and get a bit more support there. So I guess we'll leave it there, and best of luck for the final. Was it on the 12th, did you say?
Yeah, it's the 12th of June, yeah. Yes.
Excellent. And I'm sure with all the new plans, I would hopefully imagine you'll be down at a first team game as guests or mascots.
But do you know what? We definitely look forward to it.
So I'll look forward to seeing you then, Julian.
Yeah, nice to meet you as well. Thank you very much. Then.
Thanks a lot. Cheers.
Thank you. Bye.